I'd like you to choose from these three piles. That's pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Again, pile number 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Take a deep breath and think about your context and the question that you might need guidance about. And let's dive into the readings. If you've chosen pile number 1, you have the theme of Tower sitting in your first house, along with Saturn and the Four of Cups. This message is very powerful, especially connected to your sense of self. How do you feel about yourself? What does your soul feel about itself as it is living at this current lifetime? The key message here, especially with the Tower and Saturn, means the Mars and Saturn coming together, is very powerful. There is a combination of partnerships taking place. The partnership engulfs a lot of destruction and at the same time a lot of construction. Why I say that? Because Saturn is focusing on the habits, the relationships, the things that are in life that are stifling your growth at this time. It is asking you to go really, really deep within. And when I say deep, I mean deep within, where you begin from, which means your foundations. It's asking you to break things down that are no longer serving your purpose. Mars is giving you energy to rebuild yourself back up again. The key message here for the Tower is fall to rise. You're only falling because that's the way for the light to come in. That's the way to rise again. With the Four of Cups, there's been enough of ignorance. When I say ignorance, that means shying away from the opportunities of growth. It's like you've become comfortable living in the darkest areas of your life, whether it's environments, personally, professionally, relationships, and the darkness just felt comfortable enough. The more you get comfortable with certain habits, certain darker areas, it just becomes a way of life. And right now, this time, it's asking you to come out of those areas of suppression that are not allowing full demonstration of your authentic self, and this shall break whether you like it or you don't. It's always a choice whether you partner with life to co-create life, build, rebuild, construct, deconstruct, or it will be done for you in ways that you may not embrace the most. So the best way here is to embrace and acknowledge what needs to shift and be rebuilt, rather than resisting it. And I know a lot of people, the moment they see Saturn kind of run away or go into denial of a lot of things, or they feel fearful that, oh my God, my life is going to be under a punishment spell of some kind. That's not the case. Saturn is only there to help you out because its message is, it's enough. You've been ignoring things enough. Your karmic lessons have been repeating for way long than they should have. And now it's time for me to step in, to hold your hand for a bit, to guide you through this chapter of life so that you can finally pave a way for your authentic self. So if you have been into challenging situations, challenging relationships, challenging environments, this is the time to acknowledge that and move along with that with an intention of shifting and moving ahead. No more getting stuck in those areas. If you have chosen pile number 2, you have the energy or theme of the Magician. And the Magician comes with the 8 of coins, along with the energy of Mercury in your 6th house. Now, very powerful, having a double power of Mercury, because Magician also carries the power of Mercury. So you've doubled down on the energy of Mercury in your 6th house. This house holds a lot of energy of being service to others or serving others in the most powerful ways possible. You can utilize your capacity, your capability, your skills from the deepest level of your hearts and your deepest level of your minds, and then put it out to the world. This time is perfect for you to expand and see what else can you do so that you can serve the world better. Even if you're in a job, this also talks about your daily responsibilities, your tasks, your routines, your daily jobs. If you're, as an example, if you're doing a job, think about AI that has come in. It's evolving constantly. Our world is evolving with all the changes. My question to you is, how can you leverage AI's capacity and capability to expand your own to better serve the world? Like I said, that's just an example. This could be many other things. This could be a great time to go back to upgrading yourself in terms of school, college, any conversations with experts. The point here is to expand. The more you expand your capacity, capability, and skills, the better you get closer to your future self and needed for you to evolve as the world is changing. So the caveat here is with the Magician and the Mercury is not everybody has that self-confidence that, hey, I'm ready to do this, let's go ahead and do it. There could be moments for you where you self-doubt a lot, where you have a lot of internal resistance because of fear of failure, fear of judgment, and just because you don't know how to move ahead. Could be a plethora of reasons. So your call to action is to figure out what can you do practically to make the needle move, to make things happen for you, for your future self. So take a moment, take a deep breath, imagine what does your future self look like, feel like. And once you get there, make sure you have an action plan to fuel and give birth to that future self through small actions every day, a little at a time, and you're gonna get there. So that's the power of what you're holding at this time. But remember, the moment your energy turns selfish, the ideas, the dreams, the thoughts, the future self that you're trying to build may not manifest the way that will be for your highest good. You may not even reach there. So the foundation, again, Mercury's foundation, the sixth house's foundation is, I am building this XXX or myself into this X with an intention of serving the world, serving others. That's a very important intention to have. Some of you may also want to start up their businesses, start their new apps, if you will, start anything new that excites you, that's grounded in service to others. This is a great time to do that. So go ahead, unpack yourself, and make sure you surrender with this intention to the universe. The power of surrender comes with the Magician because your soul knows you have all the talents you need to manifest your desires to serve the world. All you need to do is go inside it, enter that path with a great deal of faith, a great deal of surrender that I'm putting in my best, and leave the rest to the universe, and you proceed. And if you've chosen pile number 3, your key energy is the Hangman, along with the power of Uranus, sitting with the Page of Swords in the 9th house. How does this all come together for you? My first question to you is, how long have you been hanging in there? The reason I ask that is because of the Hangman. It seems like you've been in situations, in relationships, or whatever your context is, long enough not to take any action. It's good. You don't have to rush, for sure. So don't think that you're late or you have to take action in this moment, but your time's over as well. You're closer to a chapter ending, which means you would want to move ahead in a direction that feels more exploratory. As an example, you may have always wanted to travel to a different part of the world. And when I say different world also, maybe it's an inner world, right? You wanted to meditate. You wanted to do something new for yourself. Underline for yourself. That's very important. You might have been doing things for others, all this sacrificial lamb energy, or being stuck in human conditioning, societal conditioning. Things are supposed to be in a certain way, and your brain is in a box. Now is the time to break the box. You gotta be innovative, you gotta be creative, you gotta be courageous enough to move yourself, like tangibly move yourself, which also needs a movement within your heart first. Move your heart, move your mind, move your body to a different environment, to a different place, into a different situation where you feel safe, where you feel that you are being noticed. You are acknowledged for who you are. And this is all about a series of experiments. I always love the word experiment. You don't have to jump into new things feeling unsafe. The best way to jump into new things is to do them in smaller ways. And I call them experiments. Experiment to the new ways of living and being. So example would be, you've always wanted to live in Europe. Go take a break. Take a break for 2 weeks. Go to a certain country. Figure out how that country feels, where you always wanted to either visit, maybe you want to move. If you want to be trying something new, let's say an art or a craft, take a course, take snippets of it and see how your soul calls out for it or not. This is how you'll learn and also feel safe at the same time. The 9th house is a very spiritual house, and this is a great time to feel unstuck and take those trips, those travels, whether deep within through meditative practices or outwardly to places that really feel close to your soul, or do things that really feel close to your soul. For a lot of people with my client conversations I've seen with this energy, people have been moving around to places that are spiritual in nature. So if you're into all that stuff, go ahead and do it. There's no stopping. The caveat I see here is you might be a lot curious. You may feel excited the first moment. Oh my God, this message is here. I want to do these things now. And then suddenly you're back to your sacrificial energy because of the societal conditioning. Maybe somebody, a friend, a family member says something, hey, you don't have to do that. You can just sit around and do the same thing over and over again. You'll be fine, you'll be safe. I want to see you protected. I want to see you safe. Please don't do that. And I'm not saying that you don't have to do unsafe things. Do things safely, but I'm talking about the safety of your heart, safety of your soul. That needs to break. You got to go beyond the lines of this societal conditioning and find a path for yourself. Be courageous again, do things that you've never done, and also look out for opportunities that show up on their own. Do not ignore these opportunities. For some of you, it might be done a little bit forcefully. So I call them blessings in disguise, of course. So embrace them if you can. That's all for now. I hope you resonate with some of the messages of the piles that you've chosen. Just pick what resonates, leave the rest, and I will see you next time. Take care.